Hello, my name is Rashonda, and I'm interviewing my direct manager, Amanda Pinnock. Amanda, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. So I have a bachelor's and master's in global health. It's an interdisciplinary study that concentrates on public health, anthropology, sociology, and psychology. Currently, I'm working as a manager at our local Italian restaurant.
Okay, so the topic I chose today is on motivation. So the first question I have today is, what are you most passionate about in your job?
Well, I work at a restaurant, so food, obviously. I love everything about food. So obviously, I like to eat it, but I like to watch it be created. It's almost like an art, especially when plating. I like to see people's faces when they actually get to enjoy and taste their food. Just everything about food, I am extremely passionate about.
Okay, so the second question I'm going to ask today is, what is your management style?
So I think management style takes on the same roles as parenting style. And so I would have to say that in both roles, I'm authoritative, which means that I am fair and nice, but still at the same time, I'm strict and I have rules that I like to see followed to ensure the benefit of everybody. So in the case of being a manager as an authoritative figure, I set rules and goals that are attainable and reachable, especially with the right coaching.
Okay, so being that the topic I chose is motivation, I want to know, how do you show motivation?
So in the restaurant business, everybody has to reach goals, and we all have to. Our main goal is to make a profit. So that's a profit for the restaurant and also a profit for our actual employees. Um, But with the goals, we have to meet sales and surveys and everything like that. So motivation is huge in our atmosphere. Something that I like to do to maintain motivation is run contests. Everybody loves to win and everybody loves to win something. So when we do our contests, we'll do maybe the person who has the most surveys gets a free meal at the end of the night. Or if we're pushing wine sales, the person who sells the most bottles of wine will get to bring one home of their choice. So you have to kind of figure out what works for your team, your employees, and uh, and once you identify that motivation, you kind of exploit it. So food, money, alcohol—that's what works for us.
Okay, that's pretty good. Can you give me an example of a time when you had to motivate someone else?
So just last weekend, our we have surveys out that we have guests that take surveys, and we are below our mark. We are at a 50%, and we aim to be at a 90% or higher. So the more surveys you get, obviously, the better chance you have of scoring higher and getting a higher percentage. So I had one of my favorite hostesses ask every single table that she sat to take a survey. And to motivate the guests, I gave them 15% off their checks if they took the survey. But to motivate her, I had to motivate her through her stomach. And so I told her that I would buy her a filet or a salmon Caesar salad, which is two of her favorite meals. Um, and if she told every guest and we got 10 within 2 hours, that meal was hers. And within an hour, she got 12 people to take the survey. And our rating, our percentage went up to an 89% that day. So we are 1% off still, but that just means that there's room for improvement for the next day.
Okay, how do you keep your employees motivated?
So, with motivation, I think the key is a positive attitude. So, if the manager who is also the leader has a pessimistic attitude or their energy is low, the rest of the staff is going to follow suit. So, to keep motivation, you have to keep your attitude up. So if something goes wrong, it's easy. You just solve it and you keep on working. You keep on trucking through it. I am all about praise. So if I see somebody doing something great, something excellent, I make sure that I let them know that they're doing a great job. So keeping the spirits up and keeping your energy up is definitely key.
Okay. So that's on just a single employee. So can you tell me, how do you improve team motivation?
Yes, so before every shift, I like to hold what we call a huddle up. And that's when we'll go through like the context of the day, the goals we need to reach, what sales are we lacking in that we need to work on. And like I said, once I mention contest, everybody's attention is there because everybody wants to win whatever we're offering that day. But I think it's very important to make sure that they know the goals of the day in order to keep that motivation up. Huddle ups, we also allow them, to taste alcohol, or if we have a new food out, they get to sample it. And who doesn't like free stuff? So that usually gets everybody ready to work and ready to reach their goals.
Okay, so just a little bit, just to go back towards you, I want to know, how do you ensure that your personal level of motivation is high on a daily basis?
So every day, when I go into work, I have goals set for myself. So let's say the previous day, I know that we've had a lot of guest complaints, or I know that we didn't do so well on our surveys, or we rolled out a new food and maybe it's taking too long. So once I identify what we need to work on, I use that as my motivation, because for me, life is all about getting better, and especially in a job. Um, Better means improvement, and there's always room for anyone to improve. And that's how I like to start every shift: is identify what was wrong on the last shift and figure out how we can do better. And that's how I keep myself motivated. I like challenges, and to me, that's the biggest challenge.
Okay. Well, again, I would like to thank Amanda for the kind things that she has said, and a great explanation of a team motivation as far as personal. So thank you.
You're welcome.